Before we begin, I'd like to ask why you are scowling.
The reason why I am scowling is because it is 9:15 on a Saturday night, and you have forced us to come in for overtime, and now I am in this inane meeting with you, over something else that is stuck up your craw. Can you please, just begin spouting your fountain of bullshit quickly, so that I can go home and salvage what little of the weekend remains?
First of all, do not ever refer to my craw. Secondly, this is exactly what I would like to talk to you about. You have really developed a very bad attitude here at work, and quite frankly it's going to stop, and it's going to stop now. Why do you continue to act like you are being mistreated, and spew such hateful talk?
Apparently, you are so far away from me on your high horse that you did not hear me. I repeat, it's past 9 o'clock on a goddamn Saturday night, and I am here.
Listen, this is your job, and when you come here I expect you have a good attitude. We've done nothing wrong to you.
Shame on me. I should be more than thankful that I've never had a weekend off this entire year.
You should not expect to have more than the legal time off. You agreed upon being hired that you were willing to be flexible in regards to your hours.
Even the Nazis allowed the Jews to sleep. There is flexible, and then there is being raped at gunpoint. You've taken advantage of the fact that I now cannot afford to quit, and have trapped me here, in a paycheck-to-paycheck, hellish prison that would make Lucifer shake his head in grief. My hope is that I am fired so that I can get unemployment, and see a therapist to repair the damage you have done to me. And then, after much rehab, once again trust a company to treat me like a human being.
I am here, on a Saturday night as well. Why can't you be a team player?
You are here because your womb is broken and foul. Also, that hairpiece sore on your lip is a scarlet letter of the sick life you have led as you have fucked and sucked your way up the corporate ladder. You are here on a Saturday night because you want us to feel like your soul feels. Rotten, evil, and full of the vice president's semen.
Erroneous. Erroneous on all counts. I worked hard to get to my position. Something you know nothing about.
You finally have said something right. I have zero knowledge of how to sexually please men with every one of my orifices.
Explain to me why you reached goal and refused to sell any more services for the previous month.
I made my goal and got my bonus. That is all that matters.
Had you sold one more service, the rest of the management team and myself would have been awarded a bonus. And you would have been awarded a double bonus. You are actively turning down sales. Explain yourself.
I already did. I said I made my bonus, which is all that matters to me. I knew full well that you would receive a bonus, and I'd rather play with mosquitoes flying out of Magic Johnson's house than know that I helped you get a bonus. I chose to take less money to make sure you got none. I masturbated over that triumph twice in my cubicle.
You've just lost us as a reference. Can you explain why I found you have logged over 36 hours on YouTube and Netflix this week?
I have been diligently researching how to make a pipe bomb to take out as many of my coworkers as possible, and how to set a second bomb that will not activate until you escape, give an interview on the news, get home, call your family to tell them you are okay, watch the news of my carnage, lie in your bed, pray to your God, thank him for sparing you, close your eyes, and then you hear the beeping bomb. Seconds later, you were killed in a fireball, just when you think you are safe. Then I will see you in hell and laugh for eternity. The rest of the time I was on Netflix, watching Cheers. Ted Danson has a calming influence on me.
I'm referring you to a company-sponsored therapist.
How can you possibly do that? Have you not forgotten? Because the leadership here is as skilled as an autistic child behind the controls of a 747. The company is near bankruptcy. We are now all on Cobra health plans, and I cannot even afford to buy a bandage for the hangnail.
That is a minor setback, and we will bounce back.
Because of your minor setback, you have laid off people. You have not adjusted the budget accordingly, and watched as your top talent leaves to companies that don't operate like the goddamn Keystone Cops. The only thing this company is missing is the Benny Hill soundtrack, playing on loop, over the loudspeakers, all day and all night.
You were such a good sales rep when you started here. Now you are bitter, nasty, and lazy.
Once I realized that you were conducting an experiment for the re-enslavement of African Americans, my will was broken. Did you not hear me cry out, "My name is Toby. My name is Toby. My name is Toby," over 100 times this week? Your lack of observance is frightening. Did you work in Homeland Security before 9/11?
I got my degree from Colorado Technical University online and was immediately hired here. I have an associate's in general studies.
That fact just proved there is no God.
I studied sales for 4 years. I am more than qualified to lead this team.
Have you ever sold our services before?
Irrelevant.
I ask you again. Do you have any experience selling anything than the brief 1 month you were selling on the phone, and then quickly whisked into the vice president's office for immediate anal penetration? Emerging from said office with an inability to shit right for 1 week in a company car, stock options, and a corner office.
Irrelevant. You are changing the subject to get off topic. I'm your manager, and this company cares about you. However, you refuse to admit wrongdoing and accept responsibility. Do not concern yourself with layoffs. Do not concern yourself with high quotas. Do not concern yourself with your weekends being taken away. Do not concern yourself with your healthcare vanishing. Do not concern yourself with my online degree. Do not concern yourself with me fucking my way up the corporate ladder. You need to learn to control what you can control. Once you do that, your joy will return, and it will reflect in my numbers.
If I had that ability to control to the degree that you just described, I would not be here. I would seize control of Cuba and declare war on this company, and my soldiers would march onto company property and burn this place to the ground. I would then force you to dig me in my army of belligerent soldiers a personal passage from here to China, directly through the center of the earth. While you did that, I would attend Colorado Technical University and get a degree in general studies, and then make the degree with my name on it, the new flag of Cuba. And then when my people complained, I would shout, like a lunatic over a megaphone, "Control what you can control."
I'm going to note in your file that you are uncoachable.
I'm going to note in my brain that you are the daughter of Satan, and flee to church tomorrow morning and pray for God's protection from you.
I'm concerned that you have reached the point where we are going to have to be possibly forced to part ways with you.
I am not. Because you cannot afford to get rid of me. As terrible as my attitude is, I still lead the division in sales. And if you fire me, I will bring all my customers with me. I will also send an email to my customers, informing them that you burned a cross in front of my cube and said, "You were fired, darky."
Don't say such horrible things. You know that we are a diverse company. We care about each and every one of our employees.
The same company that did not even allow me time off for my best friend, who died. Because he was not family, and did not fall under the bereavement guidelines for time off. You also forced me to work overtime that day.
You received multiple emails from myself, team members, and management, with our condolences.
Yes, your multicolored font electronic mail messages with sad faces really touched my heart. I was so happy to have been at work, dealing with idiot customers, and people like you, then grieving like a normal human being. You then proceeded to give me a write-up for not making the minimum dials that day. I think that was also the first time I heard you say, "Control what you can control." That sealed your seat, directly next to Satan himself, as his Baron Queen.
I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of firing you, so that you can collect precious unemployment checks from us. Our budget cannot afford to support you while you play Xbox, drink Jack Daniels, watch internet porn, and smoke weed until you pass out every day. You will get your act together and will eradicate this negative attitude. Also, you will come to work tomorrow, this Sunday as well. We will need you to cover the morning and evening shift due to layoffs. And just maybe, within 5 years, you will be promoted to an assistant management position. How does that sound?
I'm quite sure I'm bleeding from my brain at this point. I agree to none of those things. And in regards to your 5-year promotion strategy, unlike you, I went to a real college, and I am very familiar with the Nuremberg trials. I will not go down for the crimes against humanity that this company will surely be charged with. Your face will surely melt, like the Nazis at the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Meanwhile, I will be at home, waking up at noon, playing video games, in my underwear, high as a kite, eating pizza, on unemployment. Controlling what I can control.
That does it. I'm writing you up for corrective action. This is your second, double secret, probation, written warning, improvement plan. 2 more, and you are out the door. Please sign the form.
You can shove that directly up your craw.